Hi there, and on today's video, we're going to talk about the timeless question, can men and women really be friends? Hi there, Matt Schaefer, your dating, relationship, and connection coach here, and today I want to unpack and explore a really interesting question. A couple of my clients have asked me this, and it's sort of a timeless question, right? Can men and women be friends? Really? Can they really be friends? I think one of the first times I heard this question posed was in When Harry Met Sally, one of my favorite movies. And the answer that I guess they explored and unpacked in that movie, and that I've experienced in my life, is that yes, absolutely, men and women can be friends, but in order for that to happen, a lot of things have to be sort of established, sort of upfront, and you have a lot of power as a woman to help sort of guide a relationship into a meaningful friendship. So let's unpack a little bit about what that looks like and how it can go wrong, right? And what we get to do to establish meaningful friendships with men. So let's start off with a little context to understand the nature of the situation. I know women enjoy having male friends, right? Men provide a different perspective. Men can be a lot of fun in a lot of ways, okay? But something you have to understand about men, right, is that a man, generally speaking, the first prerogative they're going to have whenever they meet a woman is, especially a woman that they find attractive, is they are going to want to see if there's a possibility of a romantic connection with that woman. Okay, so ladies out there, just know that when you meet a man and you two have any kind of connection whatsoever and you're showing him any kind of interest, even if you want that interest to be for a friendship, his initial thought is always going to be, do I have a shot here? Do I have a chance at potentially dating this girl or sleeping with this girl? You know, I'm kind of in the market to take what I can get, right, from a situation. So just know that, you know, a lot of times that's the initial presumption that a man is going to have, especially if you show him interest up front, right? Even if that's just interest in him as a person. So it's very important in the early stages that you set the expectations for the relationship very clearly with him. That's going to give you the best chance of actually creating a friendship with him. So how do we do this? How do we set that context and how do we set that understanding? So I think it's really important that when you first meet a guy and you're talking to him and you're getting along with him, to really sort of let him know, like, wow, I'm really enjoying connecting with you and communicating with you. I wouldn't say communicating, that'd be a little awkward, right? But let him know how much you enjoy and how fun he is, and just be like, wow, you know, I've always, you know, wanted to have, you know, a friend like you. Do you want to come out with me and my friends and maybe grab some food or something sometime? Kind of ask him on a friend date, but let him know that, like, you're looking for friendship. And the earlier you do this, before he's had the chance to really get a set expectation and get his hopes up that you might be interested in him romantically, the earlier you can sort of like set that expectation, the less likely it's going to be construed as a rejection. Because if a man feels rejected by you romantically, like he got his hopes up and then you said, I just want to be friends, there's not a high possibility or probability that you're going to be able to salvage a meaningful friendship out of that, because his ego is going to get in the way and he's going to just pull away from you, right? So early on in the communication, let him know how much you're enjoying him and how cool it would be if you guys could be friends maybe. And, you know, would you like to come out with me and my other friends and see what's up? That's a great way of just early on setting the expectation and helping to offset the possibility of rejection, derailing the friendship. Now, another important way to sort of maintain and build and cultivate friendship with a man is to get and stay on the same page with him through communication. So really, like, continuing to maintain and let him know, you know, wow, I'm really enjoying connecting with you, and isn't this fun? And sort of just like building a friendly level of communication with him. That means you want to be careful about flirting with him too much, right? So just be real with him. Talk to him in a way that you would your girlfriends. Ask him his opinions on stuff. Really have like meaningful dialogues. Bust his balls a little bit. And not necessarily in a flirtatious way, right? But just, you know, give him some tease him, right? And sort of have that playful, sort of friendly dynamic with him, and sort of invite him to do that same thing with you, right? Because that's how you're going to build that friendship with women. I have friendships with lots of women in my life. Some of my best friends are women, and I can tell you, like, some of my greatest conversations and the most fun I have is in talking to my girl friends. So if you can build and cultivate like a healthy, friendly, communicative back and forth relationship with them and a really open line of communication, you're going to have the best chance of building a deep friendship with a man. And really, I mean, a little flirtation is okay, but if that starts to become a dynamic of the relationship, you're going to start, again, giving him some sort of hope or some sort of encouragement that the relationship might transition into a romantic one, which, again, you want to avoid doing that unless you're really sure that that's going to be in your best interest. And if you're trying to cultivate a meaningful, lasting friendship, you probably don't want to cross that line. Trust me on this one. And another tip to really help you sort of build a good, healthy friendship with a man is, for the God's sakes, ladies, don't lock him up in the friend zone. If a man clearly has romantic interest in you, don't lead him, don't friend zone him, right? Don't just like lock him up in a friendly place and allow him to sort of give you attention and give you the sort of emotional support and emotional validation that you want, while you're clearly relegating him to a space as a friend, right? And I know women do this, and it's natural, and I understand women enjoy having that emotional support and that emotional validation, and it's completely natural. But if you can tell, and ladies, you know you can tell, if a man is romantically interested in you, don't just friend zone him and take what you want from him. Let him go. Set him free. Let him know that, you're flattered by his interest, but a romantic relationship isn't going to happen with the two of you. And so if you want to be friends, that's fine. But in order for that to happen, like, you two get to be on the same page. So don't lock a man up in the friend zone and then just, kind of lead him on in any way. Either get on the same page, create a healthy friendship, or set him free so he can find a woman who reciprocates his romantic interest, and they can create that kind of relationship. Because some men don't want to have female friends, believe it or not. Some men want to date women and want to be friends with men, and if that's their prerogative, that's fine, right? But don't play into that and friend zone a guy and do that whole thing. So to bring this whole thing full circle, I think that when we look at men and women, clearly men and women can be friends if they both want friendship. If the man wants friendship with a woman and a woman wants friendship with a man, and they're willing to meet on that same page and clearly express that expectation and meet at the same level, then yes, absolutely they can. And you can set yourself up for success in cultivating friendship with a man by expressing this expectation and this desire very early on to avoid him getting his hopes up and potentially getting rejected, feeling rejected by you, staying on the same page through powerful, deep communication, and allowing yourself to talk to him just like you would with your girlfriends and ask him his opinion and his feedback as a man on what's going on in your life. It's a valuable perspective. And then invite him to ask you for that same thing, right? Men and women can provide a lot of valuable perspective for each other on this whole topic, right? So all powerful tools. And again, if he's persisting in being romantically interested in you, don't just stick him in the friend zone where he's clearly hoping that someday you're going to come around and you're just sort of enjoying getting his attention and everything from him with no intention on ever acknowledging or indulging his romantic interests. Don't just friend zone a guy. Let him go, set him free, or really let him know that the romantic thing is never going to happen, and see if he's willing to stick around regardless. So if you can do that and create an equivocal, powerful, connected relationship with a man, you can absolutely be friends with him. So I hope this resonated with you. If it did, take a second, hit that little subscribe button, and you'll get notified with all my upcoming content. So have a great day. I'll see you next time.